How much did the NBA landscape change when one guy lost his balance?
Well, it had a real chance to be completely turned upside down. I mean, if he had been out for the season, if they had had to rule him out, the whole league would have shifted. Golden State's status, I think, as the presumptive title favorite would have been gone. So Golden State and Bay Area fans are definitely breathing a sigh of relief. At least 4 weeks is a little bit vague. I mean, that could still cause him to miss the rest of the regular season. That could cause him to miss some time during the postseason. But they don't really need him back probably for about 2 months. I mean, that's when it's going to get tough for them in the second round of the playoffs is really where they're going to be kind of circling on their calendar, wanting him back. And the current diagnosis puts him in position to be back by that point.
Ben, should the Warriors worry about having to reincorporate Kevin Durant into the lineup either right before the playoffs or even while the playoffs are going on?
Yeah, they're not going to have a choice. They're going to have to do this on the fly, and he does so much for them offensively and defensively. He's a one-on-one scorer. He's a guy who's key to getting their tempo up when he pushes the ball on the break. He's a great floor spacer, knockdown shooter. He just attracts a lot of attention. And then defensively, he's really important because he guards multiple positions. He lines up as a small forward, but he plays lots of time at power forward. And they even sometimes throw him out there as a center in really small lineups. And they don't really have a lot of people to replace him at that spot, especially defensively. It's going to put a lot of pressure on Draymond Green to really carry the show on that end. So they're kind of in bunker down mode right now. I mean, they have made a small move by adding a guy like Matt Barnes as sort of a stopgap. He can fill some of those minutes as a starter, but they don't have anyone else on this roster who can do all of the things that Kevin Durant can do. So that's going to require Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson, obviously, to step up more offensively, and they're going to try to fill around as best they can. But it's going to be a Warriors team that looks a lot different. I mean, we can't understate how well Kevin Durant's played this year. This is a guy who's an MVP candidate. He probably wasn't going to win it over guys like James Harden and Russell Westbrook, but he deserved to be in that conversation. And anytime you take a player like that off of a team, it's going to show in a lot of different ways.
I used to joke on the radio when he signed with Golden State that it was an automatic Golden State, Cleveland, the NBA Finals. But now, if he's even returning, he's not going to be 100% when he gets back onto the court. So what other teams are out there? What teams are saying to this, wait a second now, what used to be a pipe dream now suddenly becomes a real reality?
Well, I think everybody, because like you said, taking Kevin Durant back away from them almost levels the playing field, doesn't it? And certainly you start with the San Antonio Spurs in the Western Conference. I mean, they could actually eclipse Golden State for that number one seed. They could get home court advantage. Those teams are going to play twice in San Antonio, which could really be a swing here in March that could lift the Spurs up to that number one spot. But it also gives hope to second-tier teams in the Western Conference who really haven't had a lot of hope when they face the Warriors. A team like the Clippers that's just pulling itself together through injury issues, they've just gotten repeatedly smoked by the Warriors when they've been at full strength. But if you take Kevin Durant off that court, all of a sudden that looks like a more compelling matchup. And another team is the Rockets. Houston's had some struggles with Golden State in playoffs past these last few years. Again, they would much prefer to play a weakened version of the Warriors, a team maybe that's trying to fit Kevin Durant back into the picture than a full-strength Warriors team. And I think everyone would agree, though, that the potential big winner here is LeBron James and the Cavaliers. They've been going through lots of injury issues, trying to get Kevin Love and J.R. Smith back on the court, trying to find the chemistry with those guys, and also working a bunch of buyout guys here down the stretch. Now I think the pressure is really off them, and the pressure goes on to Golden State to prove that they can get Kevin Durant back on the court and healthy and really clicking on all cylinders. For LeBron, I mean, he would never wish an injury on anybody, but anything that could really weaken Golden State in such a significant way clearly plays to his benefit.